What's going on, folks? On the air with VA3EWV. We're coming at you tonight. TGIF and long weekend edition here in Canada, that's for sure. It's Thanksgiving weekend. We're going to be getting this net started there in 5 minutes. And yeah, we're going to have some fun there. And that's going to be that. So we're just getting everything ready there, and that's it. So everybody can go start getting logged in and stuff, and that'll be it. Let's make sure everything's popping. There we go, we're online. There we go. All right, you guys can come join us. 4-3 EchoLink gonna be starting there in just a second. So we got VA3JPX out there waiting. 4 more minutes. 4 more minutes. Let's get rid of it. That's right. That's right. And radio magic. Let's get ready to get this net going on. That's what I'm talking about. But reaching for the sky.
Statics dancing, cutting through the noise. Biggies transmit pure audio
joys.
VA record, riding the wave. We surfing now. CQ potent, the airwaves crave. Give it to them, give them what they crave. CQ potent, TGIF VA record, coming in free. It's coming to you. Sounds rolling, feel that glee. Just feel it. And radio magic, just you and me. Oh yeah.
That's right.
Y'all, it's a radio field day and it's a
That starts in 3 minutes.
good vibes under clear blue sky.
This is Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor. We see we have about 3 people out there. We're going to be starting the net in just 2 minutes. Glad to see everybody out there. We have a long weekend here in Canada there. It's going to be our Thanksgiving weekend. We're inviting everybody to come and join us here tonight. And we'll get with the topic and stuff like that in about 2 minutes to get started on the net. So good to see people out there. We'll be right back in 2 minutes.
Down here we groove, mix the beats and waves, harmony electric in these radio days. Radio games playing all day. Outside, 73 regards, punching back, have a blast. Work the world, was the task. Wave that signal strong from coast to land. Creeping up, find that golden flow. Station, let the good times roll. Echoes travel wide, far beyond. but not afraid.
This is Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor Earnest. Thank you guys for coming to our AllStar EchoLink net tonight. We hope to have some good fun. I know it's a long weekend here in old Canada. I see we got some folks already logging in there. We're pleased to have you. Let's spread the word about that. Thanks for all for coming tonight. Well, you know, every week I try to come up with something and a good topic to help myself out. I've been told I can't say I'm a new ham. I'm almost 2 years in, so I can't say I'm a new ham. So there you go. I've had my HF for, well, since April. Since April. But didn't start using it until June. And I posted a question this week, which was what type of, what are you going to do in the wintertime if you're doing parks on the air? Which made me start thinking about the radios that people have. So tonight's topic is, because I have a radio that I thought was just for home use, and it turns out you can use it for mobile use too. I thought it had to be connected to like a power supply or a battery. I don't know why I thought that, but you can connect to even a car battery. Anyway, so the question of tonight is, or the topic of today's discussion is, do you have a permanent radio for your shack? Do you have a permanent radio for your car? And do you have a mobile device of any kind? So that's going to be tonight's topic. We're going to start it here with the first person I saw log in tonight, which is VA3EWV. VA3EWV, could you come in with your name there? Let everybody know where you're from. And tell us if you have permanent radios or you just, like me, I have one and I bring it everywhere with me. Please come on in there.
This is Victor Alpha 6, Golf Alpha Charlie. Greg at the microphone, that is Golf Romeo Echo Golf. So, in my shack, I have my radio almost as well as I do. And that is the A291 Alpha, which is a shack set up for the plug-in. But with that, I have the Anderson plugs that are common in my neck of the woods, so that I can plug in my radio into it, or any of my other radios that I've got connected to it, and take it portable. Following that, I have a Kenwood TRC70. I have lots of fun with that one. I just keep telling people it's a TRC70, and they think it's a Tandy Radio Corporation radio from the 80s or 90s. But no, it's an actual HF radio, covering even more of the HF bands than my 991 does. Right now, it's sitting on the floor because I'm trying to rebuild my shack up and get it to be a car. More to follow. Sitting in the car, I have a Kenwood 710. So I have a little device that plugs into it, so I
Victor Alpha 6, Golf Alpha Charlie, and the group. Yes, so you gave us a complete rundown. That's what I'm sitting there writing notes and stuff like that. Because I love to see what people have, or and see what they use in their main rigs and stuff like that. My first ham radio was my iPhone 6 Plus. Yeah, because that's what I had put EchoLink on. Because I did not have a radio, did not have the cash for a radio, and since there are so many things out there, I was told to try before you buy, so I stayed with EchoLink for a very long time. We appreciate you coming out there, Greg from Calgary. And yes, you are absolutely right. I'm doing this stuff, and I'm like, where is there a soda location? I found a couple of lighthouses that I've been able to activate. I'm trying to find an island so I can activate that for some points. And, if I had lots of money, lots of time, I would travel to one of the soda locations. Thank you for being out there, and thanks for coming out here and joining us tonight. We're going to break with you now, and we're going to go over to VA3JPX. That was the next person tuned in. I also see Kilo Golf 4 Vector Echo Tango, NX3F, and VA3GAM. Just wanted to let you guys know that I saw you all out there. James, before we get started, I was trying to listen to PGC, and it looks like it sounds like it's got a lot of noise on it. Are you hearing the same thing before we get started with you? Is VA3PGC full of noise there on your side? Over. Oh no, my radio died. Okay, we're back. VA3JPX, thank you for coming out there tonight. So so nothing in the car. I know that when I was doing my drive at 5, I had and started to meet people throughout the U.S. and Canada. There are several provinces and several places in the States that you're not even allowed to drive with your radio. You have to be parked if you're going to operate it. I'm lucky enough to be in Ontario where that's not the case. So yeah, I learned a lot about that. Thanks you for coming out there tonight and getting your bean in the pot there. And no, I'm not connected through PGC. I was just wondering if you could go to VE3PGC for me and see if there was any noise. I don't know if it's my radio tonight, but I always try to log into that particular repeater for the local folks, right? And it sounds like there was a lot of noise on my end. If you could take 2 seconds and check that for me, if you could, I'd appreciate it. Thank you so much, and I'll be looking forward to hearing that from you. VA3 are breaking up with VA3JPX there. And the next person that we had logged in here this evening is Kilo Golf 4 Victor Echo Tango. Kilo Golf 4 Victor Echo Tango. Please come on in to our AllStar EchoLink net. Vaughn, if you're still out there, you may not there. But Vaughn, if you're still out there, Kilo Golf 4 Victor Echo Tango, if you're still out there, please come on in to the AllSTAR EchoLink there. Over. Okay, we'll come back out there to Vaughn. We're going to be here for a few minutes. We're going to pick it up now with Mr. Allen there. November X-Ray 3 Foxtrot. November X-Ray 3 Foxtrot. Again, tonight's the topic is, do you have one radio, do you have multiple radios, and do you have any permanent radios that you just keep in one place? The reason I was asking that question, everybody, my Yaesu 991 Alpha, I'm bringing it in and out of the shack every other day. And I also have my Anytone D578UV Plus, and that's my mobile radio, but I use it when I talk on like our Monday Night Net and all that stuff. So I would love to have two radios. Like I would love to have two of the Anytone radios, one permanently in the car and one here because it has DMR. And I would love to have a different, like another radio with fusion in the car, because right now I don't think there's anything on the market that's a mobile radio that you can get both. And I talk on anything that has to do with ham radio that I've gotten my hands on. Okay, so Mr. Allen, that's the question of the day. Do you have any permanent stuff that you just use, or do you have the one size fits all? Back over to you. Yeah, NX3F, the local repeater that has AllSTAR EchoLink on it here in Cornwall is VE3PGC, VE3 Papa Golf Charlie. And I usually try to link to it for the local people to go, to connect, because some people don't have EchoLink, and if they're around here, they can. So it's VE3PGC-L. And I when I go to that on my radio, it sounds like a lot of noise, so I was afraid to connect it. But James just told me it's quiet. So I was wanting to see if anybody else could see that as we go on through the net there. He said it's quiet on the All right, NX3F, thank you for being out there. And yes, I'll wait for you until the end there. And I did see a new person log in there, Victor Echo 3, Juliet Uniform Mike. We know you're there. We'll get you down the line. But in the meantime, we're going to pick it up here with Victor Alpha 3 Golf Alpha Mike. Victor Alpha 3 Golf Alpha Mike. Come on in, and do you know the question of the day there? Over.
Sorry about that. Hey, Earnest and everybody in the net. Yes, I do know the question. Sorry, Victor Alpha 3 Golf Alpha Mike. It's George in Concord. The question of the day is what am I going to do for POTA in the winter, and what radios am I going to be using? If I'm going to be doing POTA in the winter, if it's a nice day, if we get the odd, well, I'm sure we'll get many nice days out during the winter, but if it's relatively warm, I have a portable HF rig. It's an FX4CR. It's a rig out of China. It's actually a really, really nice little rig, and I'm going to be using that in the field. And in my shack, I have a Yaesu FTTX10. And mobile, I'm running portables currently. I'm waiting for the new Kenwood tri-band mobile to come out next year. But currently, when I do use mobile, I'm using portables in the car, and that's either my Yaesu FT5D or my Kenwood P75. So back over to Earnest, Victor Alpha 3 Golf Alpha Mike.
Victor Alpha 3 Golf Alpha Mike. Yeah. Well, see, there you go. So you have a variety of radios too. When I first started, I thought you only needed one radio. How naive was that? And I'll see people, with their shack, and still to this day, I'm an old pro. I'm not an old pro, but I have to say that nowadays because people are like, you've been on the radio forever. But anyway, I still look at people's shack and I see the multiple radios, and I say to myself, why do they have so many radios? But now as I go out there and the more I'm on the radio, I'm like, well, Ernest, you have your the radio I'm talking on now, that mobile radio, but when you do Parks on Air, it's not an HF radio, so you have to use your HF radio. Now, that 991 does have UHF, VHF, but every time I talk on it, like not on sideband or whatever on HF, people say it doesn't sound right, and I'm just learning that radio is, is brand new there, and I've never had anything like that, so I have to get the volume or the sound sorted out with that on UHF, VHF. So for the time being now, I'll just use this radio. But I can't wait to have, I can't wait to just leave the 991 in the shack, just leave it there and have something out just that stays in my go box, right? So I don't have to keep bringing it in and out because I'm so afraid with both these radios, if I keep having to bring them in and out of the car and disconnect them and connecting them, something's going to break, and it's going to break soon. And it's going to be hard for me to get another radio because, these things nowadays, like that Anytone, is, when I bought it wasn't that expensive, but I went to look to see if I could get a second one, and the thing's almost $600. So that's how that goes. Anyway, enough of me yakking there. We're going to pick it up now with VE3 Juliet Uniform Mike. VE3 Juliet Uniform Mike. Please come on in into the AllSTAR EchoLink net with Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor.
VA3EWV, and everybody on that, this is Victor Echo 3 Juliet, the Uniform Mike. My apologies for being late, Ernest. Got tied up doing some paperwork here with my realtor. The house is up for sale, and the conditions were to be met today. However,
VE3JUM and the net. Yes, you're in a you're in a particular situation there. I went through that myself. I think 3 years ago now. It was like right ending the at the butt end of the COVID there, and we had sold our house, and the house we were getting, there were some issues with it. But we had sold our house. Luckily, we had an RV, and I thought we were going to be staying in an RV for a while there. But things kind of worked out, and we had to get a bridge loan or something like that, because at the end of the day, we wound up having to, the person that was getting our house said, okay, I can't get in until, like, we moved here in November, and they couldn't take over our place until December. So we're actually, taking care of 2 properties at the same time there. But, I'm glad I'm here now. That's all behind us now. Thank goodness. And yes, I'm trying to erect antennas and towers and stuff like that, and you're dismantling them. That's how it goes. So that is definitely how it goes. We appreciate you coming up in there and spending some time with us tonight, and we hope you get all that sorted out and you're back on the air. And look, the good thing I like is the fact that you have EchoLink, so at least you can have some radio while you're getting everything, moved from one spot to the next. Okay, we're going to break it with you there, and we are down at the end of the list here. We did have Kilo Golf 4, Victor Echo Tango there. That was Vaughn. Let's see if Vaughn is out there and can join us. Go ahead, Vaughn, if you're there. Okay, nothing heard with that, so we're going to always have 2 rounds. The first round is always the question of the day. And the last round, because I'm nosy, is what are you guys doing for the weekend? So here in Canada, we have our Thanksgiving weekend, and our family is going to be getting together tomorrow, and bright and early tomorrow. I'm hoping everything's done by like 2 or 3 o'clock, because, when you get older, the thing that's important to you is some time and stuff. And I've been out in the parks and this and that and working and whatever, and have a big family, 5 kids, 3 grandkids. And when we have a holiday, they're usually here Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, but not this time. I'm like, you guys going to do a hit and run? You're going to be out of here by 3 o'clock? And that's going to be that, because I'm going to finally enjoy my Sunday and my Monday, 2 days off doing nothing. Okay, so that's what we're going to end with tonight. What are you guys going to be doing for your long weekend? The first person that was in line was Victor Alpha 6, Golf Alpha Charlie, which was Gregory there in Calgary. If you're still in there, I want to be nosy. And what are you doing for the weekend there, Gregory? Okay, Victor Alpha 6, Golf Alpha Charlie has moved on down the line. Our next person was VA3JPX. I know he has cut out for the day. He's made his comments and he's gone. Thank you, James, for being there, and thank you, Greg, for being there. Kilo Golf 4, Victor Echo Tango. We had Vaughn in there trying to connect, and he wasn't quite getting in there. Vaughn, we're going to give you one more chance there. We're going to give you all the chance you need, but are you in there now, Vaughn? Go ahead. Okay, nothing heard with Vaughn. Mr. Allen, you're next in X3F, but let's pause for the cause. I see, if you don't mind, Mr. Allen, let's pick up Victor Alpha 3, Delta Zulu Tango. My friend Simon there, from this neck of the woods. Simon, the question of the night was, do you have permanent rigs, like one for your shack, one for your car, and then like a handy talkie, or are you using one radio for a lot of stuff? I was just telling everybody in our conversation that my Anytone is in and out of the shack, in the shack, in the car, in the shack, in the car, right? And then my 991 is in the shack, out in the field, in the shack, out in the field. And I wish I had, the Anytones in the shack, because I run the net for our club. We have 8 repeaters, and we have EchoLink, and we have the AllStar, we have the DMR repeater. So I keep that for that. And then when we test our fusion repeaters, which we have 6, then I go over to the Yaesu to test that. We don't have an all-in-one. So right now, what are you running? And do you have any permanent things set up there, over?
Victor Alpha 3, Echo Whiskey Victor. This is VA3EWV portable. Earnest, how you doing? Thanks for letting me pop on here. I know it's a quick net here. I was going to jump in. I heard some people were kicking around. Hope everyone is listening. It's having a great night so far. Great weekend on the way. You know me, man. I try and keep it minimalist and versatile as possible. I have relatively small kit of stuff. Usually running my HT mobile and portable with my mag mount on my car, and I'll switch to a HT with an ultra whip. I'll use that most of the time for VHF locally, and then I used to have my dedicated mobile rig that I bring in my car, but I found that HT was just kind of more versatile for me, easier to swap batteries and stuff like that. But other than that, I have a pretty minimalist shack at my place. My antennas are all pretty much rapid deployment, very long wire dipoles strung up between the tree and the tower backyard. And I have a Diamond X20 that's up on the hill there, up on my tower, I should say. But yeah, everything's pretty rapid deployment, easy to take down the way it is right now. And just to jump in again real quick, my plans for the weekend, my dad's up here visiting with me in St. Dan. We're going to have a nice little feast together on Sunday probably, and take it easy, enjoy the beautiful August weather. So we'll send it back to net control there, and I'll talk to you again soon. Go ahead.
VA3DZT in the net. Thank you so much, Simon. Yeah, man, I'm excited to hear that your dad's coming down. The first thing I start doing is giggling, because you're like, yeah, Pops, I can't be getting a can of soup. You know, I gotta cook. So I'm like, man, if I wasn't grounding myself this weekend, I would try to, squeeze on over there and get me a plate. That's what we say down south, right? Mr. Allen, I know Mr. Allen probably knows about that, but I don't know. Well, maybe Canadians know about that. Save me a plate. That's what we call it. When the big feasts and stuff come up, we can't make it, but we still want to eat some of your food. Simon, thank you for coming up in there, and you have a good rest of your day. Tell your dad I said hi, and I'll see you around. You'll hear me on the airways for sure. Okay, we're gonna break it on with you there, Simon, and we're gonna pick it up with NX3F. Mr. Allen, what are you doing for the weekend there, over?
VA3EWV NX3F. Yeah, send me a plate. Yeah, I'll be up there for a plate. Yes, sir. I'll be up there for a plate. Oh, man, that's funny. Okay, yeah, we'll be doing some yard work. I help the wife in the morning, and then probably chill out. I may get out there and do some fine tuning on my ham antenna. It's supposed to be really nice this weekend down here, really nice. And then take her to dinner on Sunday, because Sunday is her birthday. Bless her heart. So that's about that. That's going to wrap it up from here. When you get done with the net, I'd like to share something with you just for a few minutes there. So back to you, VA3PDC. I'm sorry, VA3EWV. This is NX3. I'm waiting on the plate.
Amen on the plate. Amen on the plate. That's for sure. Yeah, I'm going to hit you up after. That's for sure. I'm going to hit you up after. Okay, I saw that Kilo Golf 4 Victor Echo Tango went in and out. We do have VA3GAM on the right queued up. Also VE3JUM queued up. If you guys could hold on a second. I hope you don't have to go anywhere real soon. I do apologize. Let me see if we can get Vaughn in there. Kilo Golf 4 Victor Echo Tango. Vaughn, did you make it in there? Over.
KG4VET out here in the Ocala National Forest. Just thought we'd check in and say good evening and say all is well here in Marion County. We had some tree limbs down and the storm blew through and took out a couple screens off the back porch, but other than that, we're just fine. Thank you very much for checking in with us, and we'll give it back to you, KG4VET.
KG4VET, folks, he's in the Florida area there, and we are blessed to hear that. Take a few screens and stuff like that, you can have it. That's a freebie, right, Vaughn? That's a freebie. I will happily give up a couple of tree limbs and a couple of screens off the back porch there. That's for doggone sure. Thank you guys for taking the time out here to come say hello to us. And a lot of people are asking me, why do you run an EchoLink AllStar net link? Because EchoLink and AllStar is where I started. You never want to forget where you started. And when I travel and stuff like that, I can still keep up with my local club here, Cedar Valley Amateur Radio Club. I also met a lot of people, folks, that are sick and shut in. I met people, that's how I met Devin, VA3EWV. And people move, right? And they go to different places and this and that. And you can't have all the stuff that you used to have. So it's good to have everybody out there. Thank you very much there, Vaughn, and you guys take it easy there. And I see that we have VE9SRC, Victor Echo 9 SRC. We'll be with you in a minute there, but we're going to pick it up right now with Victor Alpha 3, Golf Alpha Mike, George. Come on in, George.
VA3EWV, yeah, as you know, Earnest, I'm just doing some rentals around the house, finishing up, wrapping up. All the major stuff is done, which is really nice. I see the light at the end of the tunnel. Just got to do some odds and ends this weekend, nothing major. I'm going to get to some painting in about a week or so, but this weekend I'm just going to put up a light, clean up some baseboards, and get ready for Thanksgiving, which we're going to be hosting on Monday. That's about it for my weekend. If the weather's okay tomorrow, hopefully I'll get on the bike, put in about 80 to 100 kilometers. I've been on the bike for a while since I've been doing these rentals, so I really need some quality exercise. Chomping at the bit to get back on the bike, that's for sure. Anyways, I am going to be clear. Thanks again for hosting Annette. Thanks for everybody joining us tonight. I'm going to go up and upstairs and finish putting up the light that I was working on just prior to that. So everybody have a fantastic weekend, and back over to Earnest. This is Victor Alpha 3, Golf Alpha Mike, and I'm clear. Cheers.
Victor Alpha 3, Golf Alpha Mike, thank you for coming in there tonight and sharing with us. You have a good rest of your day, and go get some of that exercise. That's for sure. Go out there and enjoy that weather. It's very nice out there right now. Thank you for that. We're going to pick it up now with Victor Echo 3, Juliet Uniform Mike, Jim there. Jim, your final comments there. What are you going to be doing this weekend there, over?
Well, I managed to get some of the yard work done around the house today, or this afternoon rather. So what's next is I got to close up the pool. So I'll likely get that done. But no turkey dinner for me. I'm a single dude. if I cook a turkey, I have leftovers for a month.
Right.
So into the back here in on the net there tonight if they did any kind of aurora propagation communications there yesterday evening. It was phenomenal. But the rest of the bands were dead. The only thing I was able to work was a bit of CW on 6 meters. That it was kind of weird. I've never experienced that before. But very interesting. So back in the shack right now, and some of the bands are open right now. And I recently got hand clock running, so got that running on an older machine here, and what a powerful tool. I'm really enjoying it. So lots of new little gadgets. I got ham shack hotline running as well. I'm playing around with the Meshtastic. I think I mentioned to you before. Lots of ham-related things, but on the personal side and fronts of things, I need to take a pause, because when I look back, I've been in this house for 19 years, and after 19 years, every closet is full, every shed is full, every nook and cranny is full. So I got to start taking away at some stuff here and purging. So good opportunity for that. Anyway, I want to wish everybody on the net 73s. Thanks for hosting, Earnest, and all the best. Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor. This is VA3EWV.
VE3JUM, thank you very much for being out there. Yes, some spring cleaning, but I know it's fall. But yes, a lot of that stuff. That's what we have our what do you call them? The ham fest for too. To get some of that stuff out. I actually bought a rotor from a ham fest in Smith Falls. I think 3 or 4 months ago. I'm not sure, because I was going to put up a tower. I've changed my mind. And I'm actually selling the tower there and the rotor, because I'm going to get me just a vertical and put it in my yard there. I was back and forth with the wife with the tower, and she looked kind of good in the face there, but she didn't look good, you know. So I was like, nope, I'm not going to do that. So I have a tubular tower that she's very happy about. I'm going to put that up this weekend, put my tri-bander on it, and then throw up my pulleys for my different end feds and da-da-da-da-da. She's happy with that. And then I'll get a vertical there. I don't know which one yet, but it's going to be a big one. I know that stuff. So I'm going to be selling off a lot of my little this and that to get that. Anyway, thank you for being in there, and you have a good rest of your day. And Mr. Allen, I haven't forgot about you. We're going to pick it up with my friend Stuart there, the Victor Echo 9, Sierra Romeo Charlie. Come on in there, Stuart, to Victor Alpha 3, Echo Whiskey Victor. We gotta go now?
Yeah, good evening, Earnest, and everyone on the net here. Victor Echo 9, actually Charlie Foxtrot in just outside of Bunton. Actually running on my phone. I think I can find my EchoLink gateway now that I want to do this. Nowhere to be found in the house here, so I'll have to dig it up one day. Yeah, we got a pretty busy weekend on the way here. We're going out tomorrow morning to activate, well, I'm trying not to use the word activate anymore. We're going to go operate and put Grindstone Island on the map here for POTA and worldwide flora and fauna, and islands on the air, and lightouts on the air. Our Zodiac leaves at 8 o'clock in the morning, and we got a little 30-minute sailing out to the island, and then we'll be up there all day. And yeah, that's about it for here. The aurora in our house was fantastic. I don't know if you saw it in my pictures, but the aurora in our house last night here in New Brunswick was phenomenal. But yeah, that's all happening here in New Brunswick. Got the big POTA expedition tomorrow. I looked for VE9 POTA, VE9 POTA will be our call sign. And if anybody does worldwide flora and fauna, well, it's part of the flora and fauna weekend, the week 2, one the Know Your Science or something. I think it's the theme is. That's the one in here for New Brunswick, Earnest. Back over to you, Victor Echo 9, Charlie Foxtrot.
Victor Echo 9, Charlie Foxtrot. I was actually getting goosebumps as you're talking about that. I got to share a small experience, not as big as you guys are doing right now, but I was out something bog, and I have a video of it, and there was a guy with an Alpha call sign. Him and a buddy of his were going to a place, and they were activating a park for the first time. I was out there just hammering away. You know, we're in the little rack challenge there. And I heard the guy call out, and I came back, and he said I was the first person that was going to be, he's the one at the place, and I was actually the first person that he talked to activate the park. So I was very, very excited about that. And I don't know if we could do this or not, but I know, well, I'm just going to do it anyway. But I know that these guys have been working hard on this. If you go to my site, I do have some information there for Stuart's and them thing there. They were trying to put all this stuff together. And if you go out to my website, you'll see that we're trying to help them, if I can say it like that. I've helped. If you guys can help in those ways, just check the website there. And we can also help them by going out there and trying to work them. I'm going to be up bright and early and things like that, and waiting for everything to come down. I have a question for you before you run out, though. Do you, will you guys have any kind of, will you have any way to tell people that you're getting started and and we're about to go off now, or do you just start keying up and stuff like that? What's the conditions out there with like communication cell, that kind of stuff before you go?
I'm not that far offshore. So according to the Nature Trust in New Brunswick that manages the island, Grindstone Island is unique. You can only go there between the months of October and April. Because the rest of the year it's closed for shorebird migration and nesting and all that stuff. So it's a very protected area. So only humans can only go there from October to April. So we got the first, and it's all going to be planned according to, we've been planning this for months. We've started planning probably in February of this year. Because you obviously have to appreciate anybody who's on the Bay of Fundy. The tides are extraordinary, and so we're going out, we're going to be setting sail before 8 o'clock in the morning local time, because that's high tide, and then we're going to be coming back at 6 o'clock in the evening, because that's what high tide is. And the Bay of Fundy is very, very treacherous, so we had to hire professional search and rescue guys to take us all on Boboliacs. That's why we're doing the aggressive fundraising, to help offset some of the costs to go out there. So it's not like just driving to a local park and setting up. There's a lot of plant administration to go on it. So myself and VA2 Golf Tango Pierre are heading out there with a couple folks from the Nature Trust, and the search and rescue guys are going to be out there all day with us as well, just to make sure everything's good. So it is kind of a real coordinated effort to go out there. And we're going to try to do one of these a year. I'm not sure where I'm going to go to next year, but the nice thing about being on the Maritimes is there's lots of these unique locations for parks on the air that have never been traveled to before. And you have to appreciate that there is a lot of planning and coordination that goes with it. So we're taking it like a little de-expedition, like the guys doing out to St. Paul Island. Not to the same magnitude. You can only go out there for the day. We can't camp there overnight. We'll have to be out there for 2 or 3 days. But unfortunately, we can only go for the one day. So yeah, it's a lot of planning and administration into it. So, but it's a good learning experience. I've never done this before, so we're all excited to go out. I don't know if I'm going to sleep much tonight. I'm really excited. The weather doesn't look all that great. It's supposed to rain and be very windy, so it should be for an interesting day. Over.
Man, I hear that. Butterflies in the sky. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I just can't wait. I'll be monitoring and stuff like that. I'll be waiting to get out there and help you guys out. And well, we hope to drain some batteries for you guys and get a lot of logs up, a lot of QSOs in the logbook. That's for sure. I'm very excited for you guys, and keep that page open. I'm going to be out there telling all the folks that I can tomorrow to sit out there and keep supporting that effort out there, and also to get you guys on there. Thank you very much for that. And we know what you're doing on the weekend. That sounds like a lot of doggone fun. And hopefully I can catch y'all the next time. All right, Stuart, you have a good rest of your night. And we have one more person here, Victor Echo 3, Volkswagen Bug, Victor Whiskey Bravo. Come on in there, Rebecca. Uh-oh, can Rebecca get on in there? Victor Echo 3, Volkswagen Bug, VWV, come on in. I know you said you're at work today. Might be trying to slide on in there, but let's see if we can hear you out there on the net. I see you logged in, though. Okay, we're going to be here for another 15 or so minutes. I want to thank everybody that came out tonight. Victor Alpha 6, Golf Alpha Charlie, Greg, Victor Alpha 3, Juliet Papa X-Ray, James, Kilo Golf 4, Victor Echo Tango, Vaughn, NX3F, Mr. Allen, Victor Alpha 3, Golf Alpha Mike, George, Victor Echo 3, Juliet Uniform Mike, Jim, Simon, my friend Simon, VA3DZT, and then we have Stuart in there, VE9SRC, and we have Rebecca, Victor Echo 3, Volkswagen Bug. We also have a lot of people that was tuned in on the Facebook. Thank you all for coming out there too tonight. and joining us in this. This was a great time, and I hope everybody has a good weekend. I'm going to be here for another 15 or so minutes, and I'll be saying 73 to everybody. And Rebecca, if you do get up in there, come in at any time. But right now, I'll pick it up with NX3F, Mr. Allen. Come on in, Mr. Allen, and everybody else have a good rest of your day. Okay.
Yeah, okay. I thought Paul had something else wanted to jump in there. VA3EWV and X3F. Okay, yeah, I meant to tell you about this a couple of weeks ago. That has slipped my mind. You know, as we get older, we kind of, our minds get a little slippish. I know mine does, for sure. Have you ever heard of this app for your phone called No Remote? It's for AllStar. Go ahead.
That's a big negative. I have not heard of that at all. I have not heard of that. And also, I wanted to tell everybody, I just got that ham clock thing delivered to me, like the actual the live version. But no, I haven't heard that. Tell me about that, because I do have an AllStar node. Could you tell me more about that? Over.
Yeah, sure. No problem at all. Yeah, it's an app that goes on your iPhone. I don't know if you have an iPhone or Android. I think they do make it for Android. I think they do. I'm not sure. But I know they make it for iPhone. And basically, what it is basically an app, and it interfaces to your node, and it has a whole bunch of stuff on it, man. I mean, you can go in there and pre-program this. I think there's memories that's on the app, and you can go in there and program 9 memories for anybody that's on AllStar and EchoLink. And I've been using it here for the past month, man. This thing is fantastic. You don't have to open up your computer and do the Superman thing or any rest of the stuff. You can access your node directly on your phone. I think the app's about $5, but man, it's well worth it. So, as an example, what I did was I went on ahead and programmed your call sign and your node number right on. I think I have it on memory 6. I think it's either 6 or 3. I can't remember right now. So when I go on, after I boot up my node, I just push 3, and it'll pop up on the screen. Your call sign will come, your node comes up, and it connects. So it's a pretty cool app, man. Go ahead.
As they say down home, down south. Come on now. Hey, I have the thing open there, the whatever you call it, and I do have an iPhone. So what's the name of that app one more time?
Yeah, it's called Node Remote for AllStar. Node Remote for AllStar. Go ahead.
See, they always charge us a lot over here in Canada. How much? How much you say it is, Mr. Allen? Where you at?
When I got it was $4.99. I think it was $4.99 or $5.99 or something like that. Kind of relatively inexpensive, go ahead.
Yeah, y'all be paying $5 for stuff over there in the States, and then when we open it up here in Canada, it's like $20. I got it though. The node remote there. That is pretty cool. So I'll get that all sorted out. And I got that Ham Shack thing too. I know some people have the web version or whatever, but I went and bought the thing off the line, so I have that. So I'm not going to bother with that tonight. It's 9 o'clock, and it's my night to do dishes, so I'm going to get off of here and get them dishes done. But I'm going to see if VA3EWV is there first. Hey, look, I talk, Mr. Al. You need to slice off some time for your boy Earnest here, so we can just talk about some stuff. Because let me tell you what I forget. I know there's still people here, but let me tell you what I just miss. My Uncle Robert lives in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and every time it was Thanksgiving, he would drag his propane, his burners, his big old pots, like that big tall one, and man, he'll throw down on some crawfish, he'd throw down on all the seafood gumbo stuff, then he'd put that meat on the thing. We didn't know what a turkey was. Who wanted turkey? Who wanted stuffing and all that traditional stuff? Man, he can't. Anyway. All I know that we just had aluminum foil flying all over the place. And then, and you know, since we went hot dog, we had the plastic plates, Mr. Allen. We had the plastic plates, you know, so they can hold some stuff. You know what I'm saying? Look, oh my goodness. Anyway, back over to you there, over. Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's kind of like my wife's cousin in down in Fort Worth, Texas. Oh man, the folks down there just they know how to do it. They know how to do it. Yes indeed. Yeah. All right, very good. Okay, well, I'm not gonna hold you and go ahead and I don't want to hold you and definitely don't want to get you in trouble with the wife. So yeah, check that app out. It's a little tricky if you decide to get it, and if it's not that expensive, it's a little tricky in setting it up. But I mean, if you follow the directions, there's a fellow on YouTube. He showed you how to put it on and set it up. But man, I think that when I get on AllStar, that's what I use. I don't open Supermon or any of that rich other stuff anymore. Of course, I don't get on that AllStar thing that much here lately, because I've been trying to get back into doing some HF work. So I don't really get on that AllStar that much. So that's the deal there, Ernest. 7-3. Take care. And happy Thanksgiving up there. VA3EWV NX3R.
All right, Mr. Allen, it's always a pleasure. I'm already through the first part, man. You know, we grew up with them cell phones. I've got my node number in, the username, password, node IP address, port number. I'm blowing through it. I got it. It didn't cost nothing but about $20 on my side. I was just playing. It was like $6.99. Okay, Mr. Allen, look, let me let you go. I'm going to go bust them subs, but not before I talk to Victor Echo 3, Victor Whiskey Bravo. Come on in there. Victor Echo 3, Volkswagen Bug, Rebecca, did you make it out there? I saw you refreshed there and came in. Can you, I see you're connected, but I can't hear you there, over. Okay, that's it. And Mr. Allen, I see you still there. I already got it all set up. I see it there, and I got my node number in there and everything. I'm already ready to go. So this is pretty cool. The UK HubNet, the WIN system, man, this thing's got it going on. Philadelphia Hub, Starlink, so on and so. Oh yeah, I'll be playing. I'm gonna look like I'm big time, like I know what I'm doing. Okay. All right, everybody, I'm going to be here for another 4 minutes. Anybody want to say a goodbye or whatever, or anybody else want to check in, please do so. And I'll be sitting here monitoring on the side. 7-3 to everybody, and have a good weekend. Victor Alpha 3, Echo Whiskey Victor.
Oh, I forgot to mention, Ernest, right quick, that, it comes with those presets in there, but you can remove any of those presets and program your own goodies in there.
Okay.
I wish I had more presets, but it only has, I think, 9 in there. I think it's
All right. When I see you next week, Laura saying the same. I'll be old pro at it. Thank you so much. All right. Anybody else want to come in before we close off the net? Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor.
Hey, Ernest, Victor Echo 3 Juliet, Uniform Mike here. Just a quick question for you. I noticed on Facebook the other day, and I know nothing about it, but the Procom net that runs on Thursdays and I think it was Tuesdays, but don't quote me on that. I know it was a Thursday or yesterday. Unfortunately, again, like I said, I feel like I'm a professional juggler these days with so many things on the go, but I caught wind of it after the fact, but what frequencies was that on? I clicked on the link. It took me to a website on Facebook whereby it showed, looked like upstate New York and part of Ontario. But is that a VHF repeater type net, or can you shed some light on that before you gotta go do dishes?
Yeah, anything to get out of doing that. This is like emergency stuff to me right here on the radio there. I'm like, Bo, baby, I had to ask you some questions that, I had to ask those questions. So, the Procom net, I was introduced to two nets when I started as a ham back in January of 23. Our club has 8 repeaters and the VE3PGC repeater, VE3PGC. It is AllSTAR EchoLink, and at one point it had RLP. But it had those capabilities. And I was told, hey, on Sundays at 1 o'clock Eastern, we have the Trans-Canada Net. On Thursday nights at 8 o'clock, except for the summer, we have the Procom Net. And again on Sunday night at 8 o'clock, we have the Procom Net. So I have been going through it through our local repeater, VE3PGC. I do have the, you know what, I'll send you some information. Because what got me trying to do nets is when I sat down with the president at the time, Earl, VE3IMP, he invited me to his house. I was interested in ham stuff, and he was running the net. And I sat there and I just looked at him, with and he's been in a ham forever, and he's a pilot and all this stuff. He was in the military, so he had all this equipment and stuff. And I was like, wow, this is just so cool. And I watched him run that net, and I'm like, that's what I want to do. So, as soon as I got my license and stuff like that, I was chomping at the bit. They're like, hey, we're not going to beat you up. We're not going to say no to you. If you want to do the net, you can do the net. But you're the net manager, which means you don't have to do all of them. You can get other people to do them. And I'm like, okay. And I have to force myself to let other people do the net. So for the month of September, I'm like, hey, everybody's in luck. I'm trying to do POTA stuff. There's 5 Mondays in the month. Come down or forever hold your peace. And I had guys lining up right and left, to do the net there. So then, I don't have to roll, unless somebody's on a repeater. Let me just pause for a second. Okay, I know when you pause to let a repeater go, you have to really pause. Anyway, I'm back. So what I found out though is once I did that our net, and then I was interested in the Procom net, so I started trying to reach out to people who were doing that. And James, VA3JPX, he does the Trans-Canada net. So I was like after him, running behind him, and Ward does the Procom net. So I kept going behind him. And finally, my prayers were answered. Literally, that's something I want to do. I was contacted with both of the people who run it. And that particular month, I started doing the Trans-Canada net, and I started doing the Procom net. And I was invited to do the Procom net this month twice. So I did it yesterday, and then I'll come back in 2 weeks and I'll do it again. And it's lightning outside, like really bad. So I'm going to be getting off of this thing, and I'll be closing off with you. But you know what? I'll follow up with you there, and I'll send you what I have and all the different ways to connect to it through the email. But yeah, there are big flash of lightning. So I'm going to get off of here, everybody, and I'm going to shut down my station and unplug everything. And we'll catch y'all later. Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor. We're going to be clear. I'll catch up with y'all later. Woo! That lightning was hitting.
VA3EWV, I think I got it working.
VA3EWV. Come on in before we have to get out of here. I was seeing some lightning outside the house there. Over.
Yeah, no worries. I'm still at work, so you carry on and go get your hands wet. Oh, nice to check in. Nice to hear you again. We'll see you later on. Did you get that envelope yet?
As a matter of fact, if you're looking at the video there, I have it right here in front of me. If you're looking on the Facebook, my wife said, "Oh, hey, we've been getting the mail because I don't check my mail. My son does." And she says there's a pile of mail there, and I have about 26 letters, and I have yours right here. So I'm going to be doing a video, and I'm going to be doing the mail like Santa Claus there, and opening up all the QSL cards. You know, I had 2, 4, 6, 8, because I'm looking at those on the wall. I have a little blackboard with 8 cards, and I'm like, wow, man, that's a lot of cards. I don't know if I'll ever get any. Then I started doing POTA, and I got close to 20-something pieces of mail here. So, yeah, thank you so much. I'll be opening up those letters there and doing a little video and opening up the mail and thanking everybody for sending those QSL cards. I really appreciate it there. Over.
Oh, anytime, my friend, anytime. Okay, I got another truck in. I gotta go get back at it, and you have some work to do there. So, 7-3, we'll catch you later on.
7-3, and thanks for getting out there. I'm glad you got your bean in the pot there before we left. Okay, y'all have a good night, and I'm out of here. Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor, we're clear. Man, that lightning was bumping out there. When you get this stuff turned off.
Static freeway, sipping drinks, summer's in the air. Frequencies tuning, ain't got no care to spare.
I gotta unplug stuff now.
Radio games playing all day. Conz at 73 regards, punching back, have a blast. Work the world was a task. Wave that signal strong from coast to land. Transmitting joy, ain't no better pass on laughter in a static shade on every line. Down here we groove, mix of beats and waves, harmony electric in these radio days. Radio games playing all day. Conz at 73 regards, punching back, have a blast. What's the world was a task. Wave that signal strong from coast to land. Cranking up, find that golden flow. Station to station, let the good times roll. Echoes travel wide, far beyond the range. Friendships on the airways, strange but not strange. From dusk to dawn, we shatter and we laugh. Frequency of language, speak and telegraph. Hearts connected, bound by unseen thread. In this summer fun, every moment lived. Radio games playing all day. Conz at 73 regards, punching back, have a blast. Work the world was a task. Wave that signal strong from coast to land. Creeping up, find that golden flow. Station to station, let the good times roll. Echoes travel wide, far beyond the range. Friendships on the airwaves, strange but not strange. Cranking up, find that golden flow. Station to station, let the good times roll. Echoes travel wide, far beyond the range. Friendships on the airwaves, from coast to land.
All right, that's it, folks. Have a good day. Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor on the air. Radio games playing all day.
Conz at 73 regards, punching back, have a blast. Work the world was a task. flow, station to station like a good times roll. Echoes travel wide, far beyond the range. Friendships on the airwaves, strange but not strange.